Writing a sworn affidavit for USCIS in 2023 just got easier. I know, writing important immigration documents can be so overwhelming. But don't worry, today I'm going to teach you a free tool you can use the next time you're writing a sworn affidavit so you can write it like a pro. An affidavit is basically a sworn letter, so you're swearing that this information is correct and accurate to the best of your knowledge. Today, I will be discussing writing a sworn affidavit in the context of applying for advance parole with DACA. But keep in mind that if you need to write a sworn affidavit for any other immigration application, these tips can help you a lot. So we normally use a sworn affidavit for advance parole to state the reason that we need to travel, right? For humanitarian, educational, professional reasons. And so we have to write a compelling letter that lets the officer know the reason we actually need to be approved for this application. To work on our sworn affidavit, we're going to use a tool that is free, and it's called Chat GPT. And there's probably much better ways to explain this, but today I'm going to tell you how I see it. And what this is, it's artificial intelligence. It's a software that is developed to give you the information that you're requesting based on the prompt that you give it. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate how I would use this for the sworn affidavit. For this example, we're going to pretend you're going to apply for advance parole for humanitarian reasons. As you may know, when we apply for advance parole with DACA, we need to submit evidence for a reason, either educational, professional, or humanitarian reason. We tend to use humanitarian reason the most because it is the most broad, so we can get very creative with it. Here are 3 popular reasons, but there's many more. So for example, it could be to visit the grave of a close family relative who passed away. You could also apply to visit a close family relative who is sick or experiencing any type of health risk. Another very popular one is to go for our own medical reasons. So whether it's a health concern or dental procedures that we need to take care of, we apply. Normally it's because it's way cheaper to do it abroad than to do it here, especially if we don't have any type of medical insurance to help cover these costly procedures. And I'm inside the website. Here is the link. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the description, so no need to worry about that. This is what it features, right? You give it a prompt right here below. So at first, we're going to give it a general prompt. And here is what I'm going to give it. Write a sworn affidavit for immigration officer for an advance parole application to travel for humanitarian reasons. To visit the grave of a grandmother. I did not get to see my grandmother when she passed away, and I want to go pay my respects. We're going to go ahead and send this to the robot, and it's going to start generating this sworn affidavit. Keep in mind that this does not do the entire work for you. It is kind of just a tool to make you feel more comfortable when you're writing your sworn affidavit, but you are going to have to edit. You're going to have to put some juice into it, and you're going to have to make it more compelling than this. As you can see, it is writing a sworn affidavit for us, and it gives us all this information that's still a little bit general. So we're going to go ahead and push it a little bit further. I'm going to add here that I want to go visit in November because of work reasons. And I'm going to also add that I want to be approved with my sister because it's safer for me to travel together, and also for emotional support. So let's see what it does with this. Okay, so it's generating different ideas, and we're going to go ahead and play with it a little bit more once we copy and paste into our document. But for now, I want to add more information. So I'm going to go ahead and put another piece of information that I want this document to convey. Let's say this November, my family and I are planning on a special celebration of Life Mass to honor the life of my beloved grandmother, as it is her 12th-year anniversary of her passing. This is why I ask that you approve my sister and I for advance parole. As you can see, the more information you give it without confusing it, the better the outcome is. This is just a really good way to start. Once you have given it a prompt, it's going to generate a sworn affidavit for you that looks a little bit like this. So what you're going to do is you're going to copy all this information and you're going to paste it onto a document. You're going to go ahead and remove the background. So you would choose like that and put normal text, and then remove the background so that it's not gray on the back. And I'm going to go ahead and make it double space so that it looks more professional. There we go. And all the information that you need to put, like for example, your county, it's not going to know your county unless you give it to, and you shouldn't put all those little details because it's going to confuse the system. So you make it very general on your prompt. Here, you're going to put your name, you're going to put the name of your grandmother. So make sure you add all the information that you can add here. So visit the grave of my grandmother, and then if her name is Maria Rodriguez, well, you would put Maria Rodriguez here, right? So you make it more specific and more compelling and edit accordingly. If you see something that just doesn't make sense, erase it and reword it as much as you need to. This is just to give you an idea. The other thing you can do on my free guide, you're gonna go ahead and put Advance Parole, and it's gonna take you to the entire guide, but we're gonna focus here on this button where it says Sworn Affidavit Template. Here's another example of what you can use. In each paragraph, I tell you more or less what you should be thinking about putting. So between this and the Chat GPT website, you can definitely write a very well put together, professional looking sworn affidavit. Just make sure that you make it yours, that you make it accurate. And if you're not planning to notarize your document because it's not a requirement, do not call it a sworn affidavit. In that case, this would not say sworn affidavit. You would have to put declaration statement, right? Because it's no longer sworn if you're not going to be in front of a notary signing this document. If you're going to notarize it, you are going to put sworn affidavit. Okay. I hope this information is helpful and makes you a little bit less nervous about writing your sworn affidavit. I hope that you use this tool because it really does work. You just have to be careful and write all the detail that you need to add there without confusing the system. If you're planning to apply for Advance Parole, I have a free guide that takes you step by step through the process. You know the drill. I'm going to leave it right here in the description. Also, in that same guide, you will also find the full step-by-step workshop. It is only $20 and it takes you through the entire process. I screen record so you can see all the steps that I'm doing as I'm applying. It is super easily explained and you'll be able to understand the entire Advance Parole process in one sitting. If you found this information helpful, you must join our Spanglish Dreamers Grupito in Facebook. That is where the juicy information really happens. So I'm gonna go ahead and link that information right here on the description so you can join. As you know, I am not an immigration attorney and this is not legal advice. These are just consejitos, tips that have helped me and I'm going to share with you. So it's general information about the process as I have learned and researched it.